Right, I'm Sean from Go-Wirral. For those that don't know, I'm here today with Alex Buchanan from Sleepy Sloth. Now, I've
Oh,
been in contact with Alex from the very beginning when I kind of set up Go-Wirral as a concept and then kind of into the more like the app and everything. Now, the reason why I think it's really interesting to bring Alex and talk to Alex is about he's doing something that's like for me very brave. So being when I say brave, it's trying to do something that competes against nationals and internationals, and he's creating a clothing brand. And really, I just love people who are brave and trying things that are like competing against massive corporations. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Really, is try and create something that's local, real, and an alternative and a healthier alternative to what exists out there with Instagram and Facebook and all that type of stuff, and trying to compete against these massive corporations who actually they just want us to pay to play. They just want us to pay, and trying to bring like a visibility to all Wirral businesses just because you're from Wirral, and that should be enough. If you're from Wirral, you should be seen, and that is the idea of today. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on. We've got half an hour, Alex. I wish we had longer, but you'll know working with a lot of women. My daughter's playing netball, and you've got to stay on the good side of women always, haven't you? It's just
all the
stay on.
time.
So that's what I'm
Thanks for
going
having
to do
me on.
today. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, tell me about the moment that you kind of decided to start Sleepy Sloth, and tell everyone what it is.
Well, Sleepy Sloth is a new to market women's activewear brand focusing mainly on sustainable recycled materials. The idea started probably about February, March last year. I was reading a book written by Simon Squibb called What's Your Dream? And I was going through chapter by chapter, and then I think it got to about chapter 3. He stops the book and then he creates this checklist. And if you're not kind of like checking off the boxes, he actually tells you to close the book and go and get up to this point before you're there. But I was going through the list and I was ticking most of the boxes, and I thought, this is the sign. This is your moment to take that plunge and go for it. And so, probably coming up to our first year anniversary on Monday of being incorporated as a limited company. So I spent the first 3 to 4 months getting all the legalities done, setting up as a limited company, trademarking the name, trademarking the logo, setting up as VAT registered and business accounts and all that kind of stuff. All the boring stuff you need to do if you're going to set up a business, set it up correctly from the beginning. I didn't really want to, leave anything to chance at the beginning.
I mean, what I've got to say about your brand as well is like you were saying that it's been live for 2 months. Now, if I was to look at your brand and like all of the Instagram posts and even just your website, I mean, it's looking unreal, isn't it? I know when I look at your t-shirts actually now, your Sleepy Sloth
What's
t-shirt,
this
it
one?
looks really nice. Yeah. But also just when I look at your site and know it's quality, it's got like a really good quality to it. So that is obviously just like, have you got an interest in graphic design
Well,
or fashion? Where's this come from?
I've always been quite creative with photography. And I'm learning graphic design as we go along, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like just trial and error. But with the website, it's a little story about the website. So the website's developed by my good friend Dan Taylor, and he is a wizard when it comes to IT. He's had previous roles with Microsoft and created
Yeah.
apps himself and programs. He works for a company now. He's in as a partner with us. So we do deals with everything IT. We get together every week. We sit down with ideas. I coach him with ideas, and he'll tell me whether it's going to work or not. More often than not, we're in agreement. We do have the odd time where we are in disagreement, and he generally gets to know at the end because he's professional when it comes to that. Without Dan's support, that we actually redid the website close to having it finished, and we completely scrapped it, started it again from scratch, and built every section together. So it's been a long. The website itself took about 4 or 5 months to build to get it right, and it's still a work in progress. There's still areas we're going to change. We want to tweak and finely tune and get it really, really a good user experience when our customers or browsers are on there. look.
Yeah, I think it looks absolutely amazing. I think what really stands out about your brand actually is I think you use a lot of local people and kind of ambassadors, brand ambassadors, don't you? And I just think that's really interesting. I think the fact that you are very community focused, and obviously that's why we're talking today, as we talk really
Yeah,
early on, and you're just collaborative. You're just instantly collaborative with people from Wirral, which is exactly aligned with what I'm trying to do here, is just collaborate as much as possible.
yeah.
So massive well done on making it look so
Thank you.
good.
All the models are non-professional. They're all friends or friends of friends who have got involved, and it's been brilliant. Again, so helpful, so supportive. And, they come on leaps and bounds, and it's amazing. So proud of them all. It's been
Yeah,
fantastic. They've never modelled
amazing.
before. They've done really well.
So there's loads of active kind of like brands, and there's that, because obviously my daughter's 14, and all of their mates wear all of this type of clothing. What is it that you think makes kind of Sleepy Sloth a little bit different?
So, for what we're trying to achieve is offering premium products at a more cost-effective price for the consumer. Because a lot of the big brands, they're charging an absolute fortune because of the name. Um, the quality there's not much difference between the two, and with the sustainable range as well, we're trying to make a little bit of a difference with the materials that we're sourcing and using recycled materials rather than these materials going to landfill. So it has a bit more of a less of an impact on the planet. And every sale through Sleepy Sloth, a tree is planted through ecology. So everyone's helping towards leaving a better footprint on the planet as well. Um, so that with the trees certainly helps to reduce the carbon footprint, but it's not a net zero business by all means. It'll take a long way to get to that. That's certainly something in the future plan.
So in terms of the sustainability being like central to the brand, is it hard to stay sustainable while running a profitable business, do you think? Is there options for people to maybe go at a more cost effective level for you as well as sustainable? Can you just talk us
Yeah,
through?
yeah, we have an essentials range as well. The pricing structure is a lot different to the sustainable range, but even when you're buying something from the essentials range, you're still helping the planet because we still plant a tree for every purchase. But yeah, we want to give people an informed choice, not just try and ram the sustainability message down people's throats. It's there, it's the premium range, and we do have an essentials, which is still very high quality, but it doesn't have the recycled materials in there.
Brilliant, because I think that choice is really important, isn't it? Because it just got to create things that suit everyone, haven't we? And I think that's what I'm trying to do here, really, with Go-Wirral is just try and give a place for everyone, anyone, no matter what you do. It's like you
Yeah,
just come and talk to me, come and talk about what you do, come and tell people what you do. If you're a hypnotherapist, I was speaking to a hypnotherapist. If you're a sleep counselor, or if you sell yoga
yeah,
clothes, it's like there's a place here. You live in
of
Wirral.
course.
So,
Yeah,
let's support each other because we're here.
that's it. But I've been on this peninsula for 53 years, and I love it. It's a
Yeah,
great place. It's a hidden gem.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I just think we've always had those same values of working collaboratively. And I think it's so nice. What's been your biggest challenge, really, growing the business so far?
So it's obviously the huge big brands have massive big marketing teams and have huge budgets. We're talking millions of pounds. So trying to get visible is a challenge. So we haven't even gone down the paid ads route yet. Everything's all organic because we want to. For me, I don't feel it's worth going down that rabbit hole of paid advertising using Meta or Google when I've still got work. I want the website to be 99% because I don't.
Yeah.
There's no point driving traffic to a website you're not 100% happy with yet. But as
Hmm.
soon as that, and that time's not far away. But yeah, it's getting visibility. I can't complain. We're growing every week on the social medias. We're getting more visitors to the site. We're getting more customers who are buying from us. It's at a pace that I expected and a pace that I'm really happy with as a new business. The last thing I wanted to do was overwhelmed. Um, I'd fallen off because of the orders coming out my ears. So it's
Yeah.
the perfect pace, the perfect time. So it's kind of like the pace of a sloth as well. Slow,
Very
easy,
good.
restful. no rush. There's no
Yeah.
rush with this project at all.
Amazing. What are the marketing channels that you use now? And would you give any hints and tips to someone who is starting at like a brand who is trying to compete against nationals and
Well, I
international?
got I got some help from another activewear brand as well on the Wirral straight away, and she's been brilliant, giving tips and advice. So the marketing strategy really is just trying for us is being consistent with your posting and not try and be too salesy. Try and do some informative posts on the social media, and also, as you probably noticed on the Instagram, I started putting myself on the camera, which I've never done before in my life. But I want people I want to be more personable. The big corporate brands are faceless.
Yeah.
We're a small community, a new brand. I'm happy to go face and talk to people,
Yeah.
because I think it's important. We've got to I'm trying to really with
Yeah.
our customers. I think it's important. This is my workspace. This is the Slothish. I've done a loft conversion. As you can see there, this is all the products in all the plastic tubs. We've got yoga gear absolutely everywhere. It's raw, it's organic, it's exactly where we need to be and want to be right now.
It's exactly what I wanted from today. So, I'm not interested in podcast studios. I'm not, as you can tell, because I'm using my internal mic on my laptop. One day, maybe, but
Yeah,
actually, I think it really resonates with people because a lot of people are doing this and things like what you're doing, and they're fitting it into their existing life, aren't they? They're
yeah,
dreaming big and they're trying to fit it into their existing life, exactly like you're fitting it into your
yeah.
existing house, and I think it's so interesting to see the real
Well,
side.
I can't afford an office or a studio, so I
Yeah.
thought, okay, so I've got a space above me head. Let's convert it. And
Yeah.
I got help from one of my good friends, Mark, who's a builder. He worked tirelessly on this with me. He was brilliant. Again, local community support. Great friend, really good. He's done a cracking job.
How important do you think then for you is community in your brand, Alex?
It's massive. It's part of everything we want to do. Where we can help people, we will. We're in the process of collaborating with local businesses on the Wirral in our sector, so, Pilates and yoga studios. So we're
Hmm.
just about to roll out a Sleepy Sloth collective boutique, which is a series of pop-up shops in certain locations across the Wirral. We've got two lined up to go into installation for next week. So we're going to be a bit more than just an e-commerce brand. There'll be an opportunity where people can actually try on the product first, feel the fabric, feel the quality, feel the stretch, and then ready to scan the QR code, order online, you get delivery in 2 to 3 days straight from there. But the opportunity to buy something online but try it on first is, it's quite unique.
Very good. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the goal for this year is to have 5 pop-ups. So it's not just gonna be a rail with clothes. I've created and have made some lovely Sleepy Sloth light boxes, and there'll be bamboo tree and budders, and yeah, it'll have a nice feeling. It'll have a nice, hopefully, a nice emotional attachment to it. That's what we're trying to do. So that's the plan. But key to that is having the right partners, which has been very lucky so far. So if anyone out there is interested,
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, I'm horse riding activewear. Yeah, so this is Katie, who I met today. And yeah, I'm sure Katie would love to collaborate with you at some point as well, Alex, actually.
yeah, absolutely.
And her stuff's really good.
Hi, Katie. Yeah, definitely. Let's connect and chat. See what we can do.
Amazing. How long is the project? Is this for the rest of your life? What are you thinking,
Yeah,
Alex?
this is a long term project. This is something that I've gone in, but I've gone all in on it, and it's hard to put a timeline on it, but I ain't stopping until I
Yeah.
can't physically do it. I'll keep going every day and just
Yeah.
try and improve. So I have a little motto, a little mantra for myself: is just try and be 1% better than you were once yesterday. That's it.
Wow.
1% better. Don't put too much pressure on yourself in anything, whatever it is in your life. I don't mean just about Sleepy Sloth. I mean, if you didn't go to the gym yesterday, if you go today, you're a bit more than 1% better than yesterday because you made a massive step. Let's say, for example, you're a smoker and you smoke 20 a day. maybe tomorrow you smoke 19.
Yeah.
Just these small changes, these small little changes in your life do mount up. Thanks, Katie. I've just seen your message there. I'll definitely be checking out your brand as well. Really appreciate your feedback. Thank you.
I don't know anything about clothes. I don't know anything about equestrian, but what I do know is about people, and I know about connection. And like my background's obviously working with homelessness and community services, and like people need people. Do you know what I mean? And people need relationships, and people want relationships. And what I want is to create 1 million relationships in Whittle, with businesses, with people, with charities, with services, just everything in Whittle in one place. And so say, for example, Alex, you wanted to do a half-an-hour chat on marketing, taking photographs for your brand. Just do it on here. Don't do it on Instagram. Do it here. And people from Whittle will come, and they'll just want to talk to you because they're from Whittle. We're from Whittle.
I'm looking at potentially doing kind of like a series of help videos on YouTube, what it was like to start the brand, the complications, the pitfalls, the wins, sharing best practices, basically.
Yeah.
So I've definitely got that. When I get a little bit more time to start planning, kind of like a series, or like behind the sloth or whatever. Like, I'm not sure yet, but doing little sound bites of trying to help people. Like someone might want to trademark their business or the name and not have a clue what to do, but someone showed me how to do it, and mine signposted me. So, I just want to pay it forward and help other people if they have any questions. But yeah, that's something I'm definitely looking at doing in the pipeline, is doing some supportive videos. I'm happy to come on here as well again and do a Q&A or whatever, and help. If I can't help, I'll signpost you or get the information for you. That's always been
And I think that's my thing really, is like I was talking to loads of business owners today. I was at a networking event, and that's where I met Katie. And all I would ask of people is that they think more locally. So if you think like Instagram and Facebook is about who you know, right? So it's about followers. They are people, right? This is about where you live. So if you were doing anything that you think will benefit people of Wirral, where you live, then all I would ask business owners to do is to think locally before you post it and go, would that benefit people in Wirral? Well, if it benefits people in Wirral, maybe I could put it in Go-Wirral instead. Or as well. But, it's just almost like everyone's stopping for a moment and thinking, can I think a little bit more locally when I do that compulsive posting thing that we all do? And really, it's trying to kind of change that behavior, because I'm trying to also create like an alternative place for businesses. So in case anything ever happens with social media, there is another place. Because I also think, if we're too reliant on one thing, if that goes bang or if that goes pop, what about all these businesses that are just strictly on Instagram or strictly on Facebook? So
that off at any time on any of these social media platforms, you can get deactivated for no reason whatsoever. All that work that you spent for years. Luckily, it hasn't happened to me, in touch wood. It doesn't happen, but I know it's happened to people with hundreds of thousands of followers and they've got stuff like that. And if you're trying to reactivate the account, looking at Instagram wants thousands of pounds, start doing that process to try and get to activate it. It's good that you got this platform. I really like it. I've been supporting you from the beginning. It's a community-based business platform, which is exactly what we're all about as well.
Brilliant. And Katie's just said there, she agrees, it does cause people worry, because it's that vicious circle, isn't it? Of like, it's tough to get visibility when you've got low follower counts, isn't it? Well, I know that because last week I had 2,000 followers. Now I've got 200 because they closed my account because it was posting too much, because it was sharing what everyone else does. I'm like, have a look at this, have a look at that, getting it all out there. And they were like, this is probably some kind of bot or whatever, when really it's just me being 88. And but what I've noticed is I would message people before when I had 2,000 followers, and people would reply. If you message someone with 200 followers, people are like, that's, I don't know what that is, or, so it's just interesting, that vicious circle of social media. I'm not saying there needs to be a replacement, but I'm saying people could do with a contingency if it ever does go wrong.
I agree, because as you said before, it could happen to anyone at any time. But I agree, it does cause me worry. Tough to get visibility with low follower counts. I've been there. Don't forget, we started our Instagram account 10 months ago. And I started with 1 follower, and that was me following Sleepy Sloth. And it just grows organically. It does. You just got to be consistent, post good content that offers value to people, try and find people's pain points. If you can find the pain points and you put the solution, that's half the battle. And that's what I'm constantly trying to do. Whether I'm doing it right or doing it wrong, it's a trial and error. And that's what I'd advise to you, Katie, is definitely keep trying different methods and see what resonates more with your followers, and do more reels and posts because you get more reach when you do a reel.
Right, okay. Even, yeah, see, I didn't even know that.
I'm no social media expert, but this is just from learnings from what people have told me and showed me and what I've done from my own experiences.
So, Alex, finally, where can people find you? Apart from on the Go-Wirral app, because you're listed on the Go-Wirral app.
You can find me in the business directory of Go-Wirral. We are sitting proudly as the 12th member of the community as well, man. We made the top 15, not the top 10. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but I don't really like TikTok that much, really, if I'm honest. And you've got our website, which is www. We've currently got an offer on of 15% off any purchase for the next 100 visitors that do visit and purchase. If you like the look of something, put it in your basket, check out, you get 15% off, and it's free delivery as well, and delivered in 3 days. That's where you
deliver in person if they're from Wirral as well, don't you, Alex?
You know what? It's funny you should say that, Sean, because a gentleman reached out to me called Paul, who's just been shortlisted for the National Environmental Awards. He's got a business where he hosts mail internally on the Wirral in an electric van. And
wow.
It's something I'm really interested in getting involved with.
I need to know that.
I'll send you his information.
Interesting.
Someone signposted him to me. He messaged me, sent me a couple of emails. It seems like a brilliant new business where he'll do a pickup and he'll do a drop off more often than not the same day, if not definitely the next day.
Love it.
So it's really interesting. It's having that sustainable factor where once we sign up with him, which is only a matter of time till we do, even if we're using biodegradable packaging, we're also getting it delivered in an electric van locally on the Wirral for Wirral residents.
Please do put him in touch with us. I think that's so Wirral. I think it's so forward thinking. I love it. Yeah, perfect.
I'll send you his details. He's a really nice fella.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you for coming on. I wanted to say thank you for all the support that you've shown me from the time we started, which was a couple of months ago now. But you've always been kind of sharing, liking, helping, chatting. Just always checking in, mate.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't you worry. Don't you come in for updates. That's the thing with the social media. The likes, the shares, the saves, they're so important because the more that the algorithm pushes it out for more people to see what you're trying to do. So I think it's important that local businesses, national businesses can support push what we're trying to do, because it's so difficult to try and get that visibility. If everyone did it, it'll be brilliant. Not all people that support your business have to buy from you. I always think, and there's a lot of people that do support us, and I appreciate every single one of you because you're brilliant, and it's really helpful. Every single one.
Thank you so much, Alex.
What are you doing?